Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar. Hope I'm audible, visible, chigible, and I'm everything to you. Like you can see me, you can hear me clearly. There is no lag, there is nothing, no issues at all, right? So good morning Rishi, good morning Anandu. Let's start our discussion of the day. And just give me a second. Good morning, Anuj. So let's start with the first article of the day without wasting any time. And as always, I will share this particular PDF of 12th June Hindu analysis in this Telegram channel of mine, Fun Study with Shubh. You can join this channel. You can be a part of my family. And the comment section is open. You can write whatever you want to, but again, write good things, And yeah, I will share this particular PDF by 10:30 today. Before 10:30, by or before 10:30. Good morning, Albe, Shaida. GS only statics and good morning Shiparna and Chandru. Let's start. First article of the day on page number 11. Center earmarks rupees 500 crore for electric truck means purchase. Now let's focus here. There is a scheme which is in picture here and that has been launched by Ministry of Heavy Industry. So there are certain keywords important from exam perspective. PM E-Drive scheme. So E-Drive, electric vehicles. So here the focus is on electric trucks. This is not the first time when a scheme has been launched focusing on electric vehicles. Here the keyword is electric truck. Earlier also government has launched schemes like FAME, FAME 2, so faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles. Then FAME 2, FAME around 2014-15 to 2019, and then FAME 2 from 2019 onwards. But more or less, electric truck were somewhat ignored in this FAME and FAME 2. So they were talking about different types of electric vehicles. Good morning, Kannada friend of mine. Good morning, Rajneesh. And now this particular PM E-Drive scheme will be focusing on electric truck. Why truck? And you will see here, even in this PM E-Drive scheme, there is a focus on trucks of Delhi, because if you understand some basic logic of trucks, they emit a lot of pollutants. They are a major source of pollutants, especially in urban areas. So what government wants to do via this PM E-Drive scheme is they want to get rid of these old trucks which is emitting a lot of heavy pollutants and replace them with electric truck, and that is a primary goal behind this PM E-Drive scheme. So hope you're understanding the keywords, the things related to this particular scheme. Then I will tell you some discrepancy in data related to PM E-Drive scheme given in different sources. And that's why I keep on telling people that you cannot totally rely on ChatGPT. You always have to cross-check with multiple sources. AI is awesome, but AI is not solution for everything, which we have realized now, because you can't be dependent on them. You have to cross-check. Okay, sir. So good morning, Shilpa. There was an actress in our time, Shilpa Setti. Mamta, Jivayan, Vatsayan, UYZ. Let's talk about this article in detail, and then we'll talk about some more interesting article later on. But this is important. Electric vehicles, GS3 environment, and then GS2 schemes. So Center has launched a scheme under PM E-Drive initiative to provide financial incentives for purchasing electric trucks. So if you're purchasing electric trucks, government will give you incentive as much as 9.6 lakh or something. Oh my God. So if you're buying an electric truck worth 20 lakh, 9.6 lakh, they will give you incentive. That is the maximum incentive they are giving. So what will happen? So let's say you want to buy a truck. There was a YouTube reel I used to watch of a guy. He used to make food and he had a big stomach and very cute, sir. And he used to make food in that truck and everything. So truck, you can understand, this is mainly used as a transportation device for, transferring goods from one place to another. So they are generally higher priced. And again, let's focus here. Now, there is a caveat here. So if I want to buy a truck, I will get a rebate, direct rebate till 9.6 lakh under this PM E-Drive initiative. How will manufacturer get their money? So there will be a PM E-Drive portal. Manufacturers can go there and they can say that on these devices, means these trucks, we have given rebate of 9.6 lakhs. So on first come, first serve basis, these manufacturers, they will get their money back. So this is the whole thing, like, which AI is best for UPSC, sir? ChatGPT is okay. Gemini, I did not use much. AI is not feel emotion, exactly. So let's focus here. 500 crore has been earmarked specifically for 5,600 electric trucks. Now, this whole PM E-Drive initiative, whether it is of 10,500 crore or 10,900 crore, we'll talk about the total outlay. There is a discrepancy. Some sources say that the total money earmarked for this PM E-Drive initiative is 10,500 crore. Some sources say 10,900 crore. Out of that 10,500 or 10,900, 500 crore has been allocated for electric trucks, because you can understand government is serious about tackling pollution. Focus on Delhi because Delhi is the hub of pollution. So 100 crore, 1/5 of the allocation for electric trucks dedicated to support, again you can see here, to help tackle air pollution. So this particular scheme has so many different dimensions, and that's why it is very important. DeepSeek AI is good. DeepSeek. Oh my God, Bishwas. So scheme duration. Now again here there is a trick. They can tell you that PM E-Drive scheme will be applicable for 100 years, 20 years, or till the time, Shilpa is alive, Shilpa Shetty is alive. No, it is applicable for 2 years, not for 5 years, 10 years, or till the time Akshay Kumar is alive. No, overall scheme outlay. Now this is a question mark here. See, why question mark? Because some source will say something, some source will say something else, something. So now whom you have to rely on? So you have to rely on government data. So you have to rely on sources like PIB. So according to PIB, the total outlay for this PM E-Drive scheme launched in 2024, applicable for 2 years, is 10,900 crore, out of which 500 crore given for e-trucks. Oh my God. So this money will be given to whom? The purchaser? Yes. Not the purchaser. Purchaser will get a rebate, Saida, and the guy, the manufacturing company, they will get the money. They will, show that they have given the discount, and they will get the money on first come, first serve basis on PM E-Drive portal. So maximum incentive is set at 9.6 lakh per electric truck. Any of you who is watching me, Kaizen, do you have a truck? I so want to buy a truck. I want to buy a truck. I want to travel from one place to another. I want to make food in that. I want to make reels on that. Incentive amount depends on the gross. Again, you don't have to focus on the ton, truck's weight and this and that. This is just to give you a closure, like, so that the article does not feel incomplete. We will focus on the important part here. When was it launched, the duration, how much allocated to electric trucks, and how the things will be carried out. As Shaida is asking, our dear friend Shaida, she is asking how this whole thing will happen. See, so incentive will be upfront discounts at the time of purchase. I want to buy a truck, I want to make food in it, and I want to make YouTube reel on it. So government will give me discount on that, upfront discount. They are not giving me money. They will be giving money to the manufacturers. Manufacturers will be reimbursed with the PM E-Drive portal on the first come, first serve basis. Do understand one thing. This is not a standalone scheme on electric vehicles. Earlier also FAME 2 has been government has announced them. But this is different because the major focus is on electric trucks, which was not there in the case of FAME and FAME 2. So eligibility conditions, scrapping. Now, if I want to buy a new truck, I have to let go of my old truck where I used to make Maggie earlier. So scrapping of old polluting truck is mandatory. So you can understand the noble initiative behind this PM E-Drive scheme. We want to get rid of these trucks because they emit a lot of pollutants. Sir, I don't have good knowledge like you have. I'm focused on WhatsApp University. You are teaching us. I'm really bad in study. I'm focused on WhatsApp. You are teaching. WhatsApp? Okay, no issues. Sir, don't buy truck. It will give you lots of mentor. I can understand, Albi. So, don't worry, Shilpa. It's a, gradual process. You will gain knowledge and everything. So, you're awesome. Your name is awesome and you're also awesome. You all are awesome. Okay, let's focus. So, customer-focused approach, scheme, again, you can see all these things. Now, wider scheme coverage. Remember the things, important things. PM E-Drive scheme launched in 2024, applicable for 2 years, 10,900 crore. Major focus is on electric trucks. Out of those 10,900 crore, 500 crore means allocated for e-trucks, right? And then there's, it's not like, see, 10,900 crore scheme it is. So it's not like electric truck is the only criteria. They're also focusing on two-wheelers, three-wheelers and ambulances. But yes, electric truck, they're focusing more, unlike FAME and FAME 2. So that is the whole thing. That was typo. Okay, go. So where were we? What were we discussing? So now three-wheelers. I always used to feel like three-wheelers, e-rickshaws and all. So they are also covered under this. I sometimes feel like these three-wheelers, they are neither two-wheelers or nor four-wheelers. And sometimes they create a nuisance on the road. Again, nothing against three-wheelers per se. But what I have realized is they disrupt. Like many accidents happen because, three-wheelers. Neither this nor that. What is your view on the three-wheelers? Like, do you support their introduction, or do you think they should, be there on certain areas? You will understand. If you drive and, if you will understand where I'm going with this. So three-wheeler is a very interesting topic which we can talk about in like detail later on. Let's focus on PM E-Drive scheme for the time being. MCQ 1. Where is Shripanna? What is Shripanna saying? So truck maintenance is a very heavy job, but both money. No, but I want to make chicken and Maggie and, you know, chicken fried rice in my truck. I will always be kind to you, Shilpa. Good morning, Pansy. I'm new here. Sometimes reading the whole paper seems tedious. So can I completely rely on this video without having to go through the paper? Yes, Pansy, you can, because I'm doing the work for you, you know. Every morning I'm waking up at 4. I'm doing Gayatri Mantra Ucharan, and then I'm making all these things for you. So yes, totally. Don't overdo current affairs. You have to also study, you know, your static portion. So yeah, you can rely. With reference to PM E-Drive scheme, the scheme was launched in 2024 for a period of 5 years. Anuj has given the answer. Anandu, Rishi, Shriparna, Jivayan, Shayada. Okay. So scheme was launched in 2024 for a period of 5 years. No, it was launched for a period of 2 years. Oh my God. So if you eliminate A, B, and C, you're left with D. That is 2 and 3, as stated by so many of you. Anuj, Anandu, Rishi, Shriparna, Jivayan, Shayada, Abhay. Very good. Let's go to the next article of the day on page number 10. Maratha fort systems got UNESCO heritage site. So now again, why you cannot rely on AI at all? You go to any AI, you know, and ask how many UNESCO World Heritage sites are in India. They will say as of 2025, 42. No, currently we have 44 UNESCO World Heritage sites after including Marathas forts. You know, Marathas who were ruling over a major portion of India or Indian subcontinent from 1674 to 1818, when Shivaji Maharaj was coronated, 1674. So he was a Chhatrapati. Then in 1710s, the concept of Peshwa emerged. Like Peshwa concept was earlier also, but during the reign of Shahu Maharaj, Peshwa Balaji Vishwanath became very powerful, and Chhatrapatis went into the background, and and then the Peshwas were calling the real shot. So these Marathas, they built a lot of forts. 12 forts, 11 in Maharashtra and 1 in Tamil Nadu, that is Zinzi Fort. They have been included under UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here also, where are you from in Northeast UYZ? I have lived in Northeast for almost 10 years, I guess. So yeah, so UNESCO World Heritage Site, they are divided into different categories. So there is a natural site category, then cultural site, then mixed site. And here we'll talk about this. So out of this 44, the division is something like 36-7-1. Currently, India's division. What is this 36? Is it cultural or natural? We'll talk about it one by one. Let's go one by one. UNESCO, an organization, UN organization, established in 1945. Headquarters is in Paris, France. So these are some important things which we have to keep in mind. Anyway, this article is very, very, you know, important from every exam perspective, more so from UPSC. So Maratha military landscape has been inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So now total 44. UNESCO announced this. I don't like this X name. I think Twitter was better. Decision was made during 47th session on World Heritage Committee in Paris. W means of this, you know, this UNESCO. And again, you can see or read all these things. Listing, this is important. 12 forts of Marathas, 11 in Maharashtra, 1 in Tamil Nadu. So these Maharashtra forts, they are awesome. Salher Fort, Shivneri, Lohgad, Khanderi, Raigad, Rajgad. You can see here, focus on the exception part, like that is Jinji Fort. This you can also remember like Zenzi. Many of you people, as we were discussing earlier, you people are what? Adolescent between 10 to 18, right? Assam Karbi Anglong. Awesome. Cool. So please, Gen Z, that's how you can remember. It's in Tamil Nadu. The rest 11 forts are in Maharashtra. Cool. Now, let's focus on World Heritage Site, UNESCO World Heritage Site. UNESCO is also associated with something known as MAB, Men and Biosphere Program. So remember these things, they can give you these like MAB, World Heritage Site, which organization is involved, UNESCO. So cultural sites like Taj Mahal, Pyramids of Egypt, all these are cultural sites having a historical significance, artistic, architectural importance. Natural sites, generally National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, etc. They are in natural site. Kaziranga National Park. Our dear UIZ, what is your name UIZ? He is from Assam, Kaziranga National Park, mixed, which is showing the, you know, attributes of both natural and cultural. Kanchenjunga National Park, which is in Sikkim. Many people read it as Kanchenjunga. I read it as Kanchenjunga, Sikkim. So please, and this is the only mixed heritage site in India. 3671, that is the current division. Can you people tell me 36 is what, 7 is what, and 1 is what? I think most of us from 17 to 27, no, 10 to 19, Sriparna. You are not more than 18. I am very sure about it. How much does Karnataka state government and central government pay for ambulances? Oh my God. From where this question came, my Kannada friend? Let's focus here. World Heritage Sites in India as of July 2025, 44. Many sources will give you 41, 42. That's why what you have to do, as in history we say, corroborate your data. Oh my God. Even ChatGPT is telling 42. I changed that data. If ChatGPT was like something like Wikipedia, I would have went inside ChatGPT and changed the data. They are telling 42, but no, it is not 44. 36 cultural, which has historical significance. 7 natural, 1 mixed. New edition, Maratha military landscape. Very good. Yes. LB 16. Abhay, you cannot be 22. Abhay, you feel like you are 22, but you are 15. No more than 15. Let's solve MCQ 2 of the day. The recently inscribed Maratha military landscape on UNESCO World Heritage List comprises how many components? Sometimes we feel like we are, this 26, 20. You're not. We all are kids in our own way. Lying between the age of 10 to 19, as WHO says, we are adolescent. I recently, turned into 21. I'm 21 years old. So recently inscribed Maratha military landscape on the UNESCO World Heritage List comprise how many components? So how many forts we were talking about? Yes, LB 16, I'm 21. But I age backwards. Next year I'll be 20. So Maratha military landscape, 12 components. 11 in Maharashtra, 1 Tamil Nadu. Gen Z. We are all Gen Z. I have never understood the basic definition between Gen Z and millennials. If you know it, post it in the comment section. Gen Z, millennials. Gen Zs are those people who wears ganji. Ganji means, rupa and all those ganjis. Okay, let's focus. Which of the following forts included in the Maratha military landscape is located outside Maharashtra? I can understand, Charita, but I cannot be at all places at all time, right? So what should I do? So Alok sir is there, Alok Oja sir. He is taking history right now. I can totally understand what you are saying here. But you can understand my conundrum also, right? How can I teach anything and everything? I will die. So that is the whole thing. But thank you so much, Charita. Means a lot. Yeah, I am 21, and next year I'll be 20, guys. And so which of the following fort is included in the Maratha military, Maratha military landscape is located outside Maharashtra? That is Gen Z, the brother of Gen Z, Ganji, okay, Rupa, okay. So Gen Z. MCQ 4, which of the following is a mixed World Heritage Site in India? Oh my God. Do you know Charita Rishi? Is she your friend? So, which of the following is a mixed World Heritage Site in India? Valley of Flowers, Kanchendonga, Sundarbans, Western Ghats. Good morning, Akash. Good morning, awesome dip. I am expert in everything, is Charita. No, I'm actually history and current affairs faculty, so yeah. So, which of the following is a mixed World Heritage Site in India? 44 now, 36, 7, 1. Remember, 36 cultural, 7 natural, and 1 mixed. Very good. So, the answer is Kanchendonga, as stated by so many of my friends. Kanchendonga. Kanchenjunga means Sikkim. Which of the following is not a natural UNESCO World Heritage Site? We have talked about the definition. See, understand one thing. These World Heritage Site, UNESCO has 10 criteria. 10 unifying criteria. If you satisfy those 10 unifying criteria, you will be included under UNESCO World Heritage Site, under cultural, natural or mixed. So, we have learned about the definition of natural sites. That based on that definition, try to eliminate option. Yeah. I am 21. GS only statics and current update. You are 15 or 14, I guess. What is mixed World Heritage Site? Mixed World Heritage Site, which is showing attributes of both natural heritage site and cultural. Cultural means historical significance, historical aesthetics, beauty. Natural means national park, etc. You can understand it that way. So now we are talking about which is not a natural world heritage site. So they are asking which is a cultural heritage site, cultural historical significance. Hampi, Vijayanagar Empire, oh my god. Hampi, Vijayanagar Empire. So the answer is C, Hampi. Rest Kaziranga National Park, Western Ghats, Sundarban, they are natural sites. Hampi was the capital of Vijayanagar Empire. Very good, just like a wow. So the answer is C. Let's focus on the third article of the day, page number 1. Simultaneous election bill gives EC unbridled power, loopholes remain, ex-CJI. So you can understand, these are the terms or these are the, what are you people doing? So is this class sufficient for FCAT, sufficient for anything and everything, Akash? You know, this is Hindu analysis for UPSC. So, you know, but we will go a little bit dense. You have to extract the factual part. So let's focus here. Simultaneous election, we have seen every 10-20 days it comes into picture, and government is very serious about it. 129th constitutional amendment bill, if I'm not wrong, they have introduced it. Discussion is going on, pros and cons. We talk about the pros. Like India is always in election mode. We have 28 states and 6 union territories. Always in election mode. Elections at center, states. So because of election mode, Election Commission, they implement something known as Model Code of Conduct. Because of that, there are certain restrictions on what state government can do, cannot do, or central government can do, cannot do. So, to do away with all these things, government has proposed simultaneous election. What is your view on this simultaneous election thing? Do you support simultaneous election? What this dil mange more? That means, what does this heart want? Simultaneous election. What is your view on this? Vijayanagar Empire. Yeah. So now the good thing is we will not be always in election mode, right? We will have election for center and state at the same time. It will reduce so this is the one part, and this will not cripple, so to say, the governance aspect of our country. And that happens because always elections happen. So political, vendetta, etc., it keeps on going. But let's say we have election once in 5 years. So these political parties, they will not fight among themselves. They will fight once in 5 years, and then there will be peace. Right now it is not. Always you will see some state government, central government, they are having some issues. That will not be there. All in all, it looks like a good thing, Machineries will be involved for once in 5 years, and then things will be silent. Means policy implementation will happen and non-stop for 5 years. So it looks like a very, very good thing. But the negative aspect is, do we have enough machinery to carry all these center and state and UTs? Some UTs have legislature election at the same time. The second point is, are you undermining federalism? The point is, whenever center has election, Lok Sabha has election in 5 years, same time all states will have. What if a state government loses majority in 2 years? Then will you have election for remaining 3 years? And what? Let's say they lose majority in 4 years. Then will you have election for remaining 1 year only? And many people will be like, no, I'm not fighting for remaining 1 year. I will spend crores of rupees in fighting election. I cannot recoup that amount. The point is recoup. I cannot recoup that amount in 1 year, so I'm not fighting. So there is one thing, this particular aspect, whether simultaneous election will undermine federalism. States have to have, elections has to happen according to the whims and fancies of center. Who will decide these elections? That's where this particular article comes into picture. Simultaneous election is good. It has pros and cons. So now here ex-CJI is D.Y. Chandrachud, who has overstayed his welcome in the official CJI residence. If you have read the news, you know what I'm talking about, but that is not important from UPSC perspective. So here different ex-CJIs are saying that no, this simultaneous election bill, it has to be given more thoughts because it will give election commission unbridled power. They will have a lot of power, and that is actually not very good for democracy, not very good for federalism. So here they are talking about certain things, and at the end we'll talk about the pros and cons of simultaneous election. I will show you the points because this is important. Concern raised. So they are saying that this election commission, they will be having too much power to decide when the state election will happen. Let's say state election will happen for 5 years. State government loses majority after 4 years, 5 months. So will you have election for next remaining 7 months? Does it make sense? Or will you wait for 7 months? What will you do? Who will decide it? EC. So again, election commission will have too much power. Like election commission members who is appointing them? Central government. So that means central government will have too much interference in state government affairs. So all these things does not bode well for democracy and federalism according to ex-CJIs. Deep to my AFSB topic. Very good, Akash. Because when elections do simultaneously happen, people see the center only in that time state decrease their federalism. Exactly. And also earlier also we have discussed this in previous Hindu analysis, that when state and center election they happen at different times, people vote for local issues in state election, people vote for national issues in national election or Lok Sabha election. But let's say both central and or center and state election they happen at the same time, then people, it has been seen and by different experts that people are mainly voting for national issues. If both central and state election are happening at the same time, people are voting for national issues, thereby undermining local issues, thereby undermining the local regional parties, thereby undermining federalism. So all these factors are very important. Oh my god. Hindu every day at 9 a.m. UIZ. Yeah, so let's focus here. No violation of basic structure. Again, a keyword. If you read GS Mains Paper 1, UPSC, or GS Mains Paper 2 rather, in that they have given the word basic structure. It came via Keshwanand Bharti judgment of 1973 that there is a certain portion of Indian constitution which cannot be altered by parliament. Otherwise, it will change the whole structure of the constitution, whole meaning of the constitution. Basic structure is not a part of constitution. It has come via judicial review, judicial activism, whatever way you want to call it. Keshwanand Bharti. But when it comes to basic structure, you have to remember SGKMW. Only Keshwanand Bharti will not do. It has evolved from these 5 judgments. Shankari Prasad, Golaknath, Keshwanand Bharti, Minerva Mills and Vaman Rao case. This is your homework. You have to read about all these cases. Okay, so scope of committee review again. Now, people are reviewing this whole simultaneous election. So 129th Constitutional Amendment Bill, it is being reviewed. Again, so many things are happening at the same time because our Honorable PM Modi sir, he is very, very enthusiastic about simultaneous election. And because it makes sense if you think from, policy implementation perspective. Even many people say the cost will be reduced of conducting these elections. So it makes sense. But then again, there are other aspects also. And these CJIs, DY Chandrachud sir, JS Khair sir, they are saying that lots of power will be given to election commission if simultaneous election happens. CJI has pointed out, you can see here, EC has been given broad authority to decide whether and when to hold elections in a state with no legal provision for any institutional oversight. Oh my god. However, there is one con in simultaneous election is that it will decrease the accountability of because the irregular election will keep representatives engaged with voters. You can say that GS only. Now, CJI Ranjan Gogoi sir, who is from Assam, and I think UIZ is also from Assam. So he had earlier expressed similar concern regarding unchecked power of EC. So this is the one point. This article is focusing on the fact that if simultaneous election happen, EC will be given unlimited power or their power will increase and it has to be kept in check. Nothing can become too powerful. That's why we have separation of power concept. In India, we have fused separation of power. In US, you have strict separation of power. Separation of power explicitly mentioned in your GS Mains Paper 2. We'll talk about it later on also. If you know it, awesome. So Justice Khair, he is saying that either Parliament or Union Council of Ministers should be involved in decision-making process. You can read all these things. We have talked about the basic part. The current provision of this amendment bill, 129th amendment bill, allows election commission to recommend to president that elections to a state assembly be held at a later date if simultaneous elections are not possible. So again, it is giving EC a power when the state elections will happen, and that has to be kept in check according to these people. And yeah. So now Justice Chandrachud sir is saying that, he's saying that Parliament should clearly define what constitute a meaningful remaining period to avoid unnecessary elections, as we have discussed. If a state government loses majority after 5 months, so will we have election for remaining 7 months or what? So that has to be explained. Now this is the summary of all the things which we have discussed. What is the basic meaning of simultaneous election? One nation, one election. Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly having election at the same time, once every 5 years. Objectives. This is also the good things about simultaneous election. Reduce election cost. If you're having, let's say, 28 state election and, 3 UT elections, Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu, Kashmir, and then center elections, so the cost is more. But if you're having all at the same time, people are involved at the same time, and the election cost will be reduced. That's an hypothesis, supposition. Minimize disruption. This is actually a reality. 28 states, 3 UT, center, they have their elections at different times. MCC is applied, model code of conduct, which delays policy making. That will not happen. That will only happen once if you have simultaneous election. This is one of the biggest positive of simultaneous election. Keep it in mind, it's very important. अगर PM राज्यसभा से गए हैं तो क्या लोकसभा के कहाँ करेंगे? He will vote in Lok Sabha, Dheeraj, like Rajya Sabha, Dheeraj, from where he belongs, and he can talk in Lok Sabha as well. So that is the whole thing, because Manmohan Singh was from like Rajya Sabha. He was a Rajya Sabha representative from Assam, and he did vote, like he did talk in Lok Sabha, voted in Rajya Sabha. So improve governance, allow governments to focus more on long-term policies without being in constant election mode. Sometimes what happens, you see tussle between Modi sir and Mamata Banerjee ma'am. This also happens because people feel like, and the tussle increases when election is very close. But if you have election once in 5 years, there will be harmony among these people, because they know you don't have to fight election for 5 years. So why should we keep fighting all the time? So that thing, improve governance, improve cooperative federalism, people say, because people, states and center will be cooperating more, they will be fighting less. Election issue will not be there. Increase voter turnout. Right now, what has happened? There is a voter apathy. I am not voting, you are not voting, because you are like, oh my God, state vote, center vote. Now, if you know only once you have to vote in 5 years, and both center and state voting will happen at the same time, you know, you can do away with this in once in 5 years. You can do that. You will go. Even I can go. Even if I'm Gurgaon, my voter ID is of Bihar. Once in 5 years, I can always go. But let's say state election will happen this time, that time, and so then there is a problem. So you can understand this point is also very valid. Voters may be more inclined to vote in both national and state election if held together, and that can increase voter count, that can increase voters' confidence. Then the challenges and criticism part, because as a UPSC aspirant, as a future civil servant, you should know both the points, right? So federal structure concern may dilute the autonomy of state. When we have talked about this, if you lose majority, state government loses majority, then what will happen? And why they are dependent upon the whims and fancies of election commission and central government when it comes to, you know, conducting elections. Logistical and security issues, huge administrative and security arrangements. Do we have enough machinery that we can conduct all these 28 state, 3 UTs and central election at the same time? Constitutional amendment. This will require changes in the constitution. This is a big thing which we are doing. Just like when, you know, when we introduced one nation, one tax, GST council, that required constitutional amendment. This will also require constitutional amendment. So yes, we will need political consensus, and that is actually very difficult to achieve right now. Cool, sir. Let's focus on some questions now. The phrase one nation, one election primarily aims to hold Lok Sabha state assembly elections simultaneously across India, conduct elections in multiple phases across the country, special majority, exactly, GYN. Restrict political parties from contesting in more than one state at a time, introduce proportional representation in general elections. What is your view on this? Oh my God. So one nation, one election, holding Lok Sabha and state assembly elections simultaneously across India. A. MCQ 7. Which of the following are potential benefits of simultaneous elections? Very good, yaar. Abhay, Anandu, Shiparna, Madhubala, Rishi, Athira, Rajni, Shiva, Anuj, Shiva, and UIZ, Chandru, Liliana, Rose. Potential benefits of simultaneous election: reduction, and always do option elimination in these kind of questions, which you will see a lot in UPSC. So you have to go for option elimination. Try to eliminate those options which you are sure is wrong. Reduction in public expenditure, better policy continuity, decrease in frequency of model code of conduct enforcement, elimination of election commission. So what is the answer? Abhay has given the answer. Abhay. There was an actor in our time, Abhay Deol. Socha na tha. There was like Imtiaz Ali made that movie. I don't know. You people were not born at that time, but awesome movie. So reduction, see, understand. Let's say you are confused. Read all the options and eliminate that option which you know for sure is wrong. Elimination of election commission. Are we saying that? We will eliminate election commission. We are saying election commission will become more powerful in the case of simultaneous election. They will decide when the state assembly elections will happen, not elimination. So fourth is wrong. Eliminate fourth. Oh, this. Now, even if we eliminate fourth, oh my God, only B and C is gone. So we are left with A and D. Let's check the second one. Better policy continuity. Yes, we will not always remain in election mode. We will not always have MCC, Model Code of Conduct. So yes, better policy continuity. D is the answer. So Abhay, Madhubala, Athira, Rishi, Shriparna, Anandu, Shiva, Jivayan, Rajneesh, Liliana, UI, Z, D. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get on the dance floor. And if you feel like you're getting something out of these videos, you are learning anything from these videos, like, share, subscribe, kill it. Oh my god, my voice will be gone. Let's focus on another article of the day. So there are like multiple art and culture related articles today. Editorial, nothing significant. Yesterday we did 2 editorials, 1 opinion. Oh my god. So page number 10, India to host manuscript, like anywhere on Saturdays, editorials reduces, and they're, I have seen, this is a trend which I have seen in last 10-12 years in Hindu. Saturdays, okay, let's focus. But the art, sometimes I have seen awesome news even on Saturdays and Sundays. So we will do it on Monday, like Sunday's news, Monday. So India to host manuscript heritage conference. And again, I will tell you why you don't have to worry too much about articles this and that. Because if you are continuously following Hindu analysis this and that, so in this scenario, what happens? If something is important, it will come again. BRICS is important, it will come again. Rio Declaration will come again. ASEAN will come again. SCO will come again. So things will come again. Simultaneous election came again. So now let's focus here. India to host Manuscript Heritage Conference. And this will be happening for the first time. Anything which is happening for the first time is very important, Your first love, your first crush. First time looking someone out of the window, as we have discussed earlier. So this Manuscript Heritage Conference, what is the basic utility of it? This is in a way also a part of Gyan Bharatam mission. So again, there are some tricky words involved here. Gyan Bharatam mission. What is the basic aim of Gyan Bharatam mission? To preserve our manuscripts, to preserve our ancient books and text. Those, and like even not only this, we are preserving it, and even UNESCO, they have also launched a initiative which is known as Memory of the World, where they have included our, if I'm not wrong, Bhagavad Gita, Natya Shastra. That is a part of UNESCO Memory of the World. So not only India, but even outside India, our books have such rich value, and like people read those books, Bhagavad Gita, Natya Shastra by Bharat Muni. So all these things are included in UNESCO Memory of the World. We also want to preserve our literature and all those things. So Gyan Bharatam mission, under that we have launched this for the first time International Manuscript Heritage Conference, where we will tell the world, the big people or authors and journalists and those people, they will come from outside, we'll tell them about our culture, especially about our ancient literature. So again, very important. So let's talk about it. There will be certain keywords which will be involved here. India to host first International Manuscript Heritage Conference. If you read history, I think we were having a talk with Charita. So you will realize in historiography, you have 2 sources, literary source and archaeological source. So this International Manuscript Heritage Conference, this Gyan Bharatam mission, they are focusing on the literary source. It's not focusing on the archaeological source. It's all about books. It's all about our books, Sir, one question here. Model Code of Conduct is nowhere enforced in any of the elections so far. I think it's only related to morality. Yes, in reality, people disobey or do not follow Model Code of Conduct, but ideally they should. I think it's better to hold a simultaneous first stage. Vidhan. Okay, cool, GS. So let's focus here. So scheduled for September 11 to 13, and this is the same time period when Swami Vivekananda sir went to Chicago. And if you remember, you remember. And like, what happened? When did he go? Like, if you read modern history, you read about socio-religious reform movement, and then you read about Swami Vivekananda sir. He was a philosopher, like he believed in the concept like worship of or service of Jiva is worship of Shiva. So in a way, if you want to worship Shiva, Shiv Bhagwan, you help other fellow human beings. So service of Jiva is worship of Shiva, which is one of the component of Advaita philosophy. So again, Swami Vivekananda sir, he went to Chicago. Many people believe, in a way, when he went to Chicago on September 11, when we are having this whole, International Manuscript Conference, he revitalized Hinduism. He gave a rebirth to Hinduism. Same way like when Shankaracharya sir started this Advaita philosophy, Bhakti movement, 8th or 9th century AD, then Hinduism was revitalized to a certain extent. Same way, Swami Vivekananda sir, he popularized Hinduism throughout the world. And now there are actresses like Julia Roberts, etc., who has, adopted Hinduism, yoga, which is a part of Hinduism, one of the 6 Astic school. International Yoga Day is celebrated. So we should be very proud of Swami Vivekananda sir, and in a way, this whole International Manuscript Heritage Conference is also celebrating that fact. But here the major focus is on our literary heritage. Cool, sir. So theme of the conference, reclaiming India's knowledge legacy through manuscript heritage. Organizing body, part of launch of Gyan Bharatam mission. Now this particular Gyan Bharatam mission is a refurbished version of earlier mission of Government of India. We'll talk about that. And its time period is 2024 to 2031. And their aim is to preserve our ancient, important literary, text. Participants will include global scholars, means again you can see here. So first International Manuscript Heritage Conference, hope you understood the basic rationale behind it. We want to tell people about our ancient literature and ancient text. And this is also coinciding with Swami Vivekananda's Chicago address. UPSC has already asked these kind of questions. When he went to Chicago, Arya Samaj was established in which particular year? 1875 by Dayanand Saraswati. Neel Darpan was written by Deen Bandhu Mitra in which particular year? 1858-59. UPSC has already asked a chronology related questions on that. So we have to remember these, Arya Samaj 1875, Neel Darpan 1858-59, Anand Math written by, who wrote Anand Math? 1882. So based on Sannyasi rebellion. So all these dates become important. PYQ has already been asked. So what is the purpose of this mission? Like this whole international conference, International Manuscript Heritage Conference. The mission or the purpose is India's intellectual and spiritual global vision. We want to show it. Side again, you can read all these things. Now, again, the keyword, UNESCO's memory of the world. What is memory of the world? UNESCO is creating a repository of important ancient literary text, and in that, like globally, and here from India, there has been many texts which has been part of this memory of the world. The significant ones are like Bhagavad Gita we have discussed, and Natya Shastra by Bharat Muni. Natya Shastra. So like again, Gyan Bharatam mission. Now let's first of all focus on this Gyan Bharatam mission. What is Gyan Bharatam mission? Jeev Sheva e Shib Sheva. Oh my God, Bishwas, you are on fire today. Good morning, sir. Love from Hyderabad. Love from Gurgaon, Priya. So what is it? Gyan Bharatam mission announced in Union Budget 25-26. Please keep it in mind. They can ask you this. It is in news now. Around June 9, 2025, it was launched. And again, this whole international conference is also a part of this launch of Gyan Bharatam mission. Central sector scheme. Oh my God, pay attention to the keywords here. Central sector, centrally sponsored. So when it is a central sector scheme, 100% money will come from center. 100% from money will come from center. But let's say any scheme is a centrally sponsored scheme, then money will be divided in the share of like 60-40, 70-30, 90-10. So that kind of division happens apart from other differences. So do remember, they can give you this, that Gyan Bharata mission is a centrally sponsored scheme. That will be wrong. So wrong. Oh my God. They can even give you that it lies under some other ministry, Ministry of Culture. We have talked about this whole e-truck and all those schemes, Ministry of Heavy Industry, the first article which we have discussed. So keep it in mind. And it has evolved. This whole Gyan Bharatam scheme has evolved from National Mission for Manuscript. We don't like English name, so we are going with the Hindi names. And lots of South Indian friends, they will not like this Gyan Bharatam mission name. They will be like, what is wrong with National Mission for Manuscript? Okay, let's not go into Hindi versus English debate right now. It is going on like so much, too much. So budget allocation, now 60 crore has been given to this National Mission for Manuscript, which is also known as Gyan Bharatam Mission. Oh my God. 2024 to 31, again, read all these things. We'll talk about some other thing. Let's focus on this MCQ 8. Consider the following statement regarding 2025 International Manuscript Heritage Conference. It will be held in Varanasi from September 11 to 13. It coincides with anniversary of Swami Vivekananda's speech in Chicago. It is being held under Gyan Bharatam mission. Oh my God. Bankim Chand Chatterjee. Very good, Rajneesh. On 8, Arya Samaj was found by Dayanand Saraswati. Very good, Rishi. Gyan Bharatam mission is a comprehensive national mission. Very good, very good, very good. Pandey. In my school, there was a girl. Her name was Akanksha Pandey. So Pandey is Pandey. Oh, there was a movie also. Salman Khan was some Pandey in that movie. So yes, sir. Chepandis, 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 Cheputal Dukkadu. So Madhubala, Liliana, Risha. Shriparna, Mamta, Abhay, Anandu, Rishi, Jivayan, Rajneesh. They all have given the answer. It is not happening in Varanasi. I know Modi sir loves it, but if we go back and if you see Delhi scheduled for December 11 to 13 in New Delhi. Oh my God. So if you don't pay proper attention, you can do mistakes in these kind of questions. Let's focus again. So first is wrong. If first is wrong, we are left with B, 2 and 3 only. Coincides with anniversary of Swami Vivekananda's speech in Chicago held under Gyan Bharatam mission. Memory of the World program launched by UNESCO aims primarily to. Now here again we'll focus on some important words. Promote intangible cultural heritage, preserve endangered languages, safeguard documentary heritage of universal value, digitize modern literature and fiction. Chepandis. So, Saran ma'am, what is the basic aim? Ninth question. Huh? Vishwas has given the answer. Shiva, Risha, Mamta, Madhubala, Rishi, Liliana, Rajneesh, Jivayan. So promote intangible reserve, preserve endangered languages, safeguard documentary heritage of universal value, memory of the world, Bhagavad Gita, and what else we have discussed about? Natya Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Natya Shastra. These are two major books which are there in this Memory of the World program of UNESCO. Bhagavad Gita, Natya Shastra. Now do also remember there are certain things important. So even when you talk about text, texts are of two types, narrative text and didactic text. Narrative text will tell you stories that, Shubh is a good boy. My name is Shubham Sagar. I would like to be called myself as Shubh. So Shubh is a good boy and Shubh, teaches good and all, again, these kind of things. And he again, so many things about related to, let's take Rishi Pandey. So Rishi Pandey is a good boy. He wants to become be a brahmachari. He does not like girls. Girls does not like him. No, that's not true. Girls do like him, but he does not like girls. So this is story, narrative story. Didactic is Rishi should always, he should not think about becoming a brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is gandhi baat, gandhi baat. So here we are telling Rishi, giving instructions to him. Every morning you should wake up at 5 a.m., do Gayatri Mantra Ucharan. This is didactic, when instructions are given to you. So Bhagavad Gita, it has more didactic, things than narrative things. It is telling you, karm karo, phal ki chinta mat karo, do your duty, don't think much about the result and all those things. So narrative text, storytelling. Didactic text, where there are instructions, what you should do, what you should not do. If you're married, don't look here and there, gandhi baat, gandhi baat. That means that's a bad thing. So Bhagavad Gita is more of a didactic text. Do remember these words, narrative and didactic. Natya Shastra, written by Bharat Muni, more to do with drama and performing arts. So remember these things, they are very important from exam perspective. And I think, yeah. Thank you, Ningu. Cool. Let's focus. So Memory of the World program, safeguard documentary heritage of universal value. Again, focus on the keyword here. Tangible and intangible. Tangible, which you can touch. So books, archaeological sources, palaces, temples, we can touch. So they are tangible. Literature is tangible. Memory of the World program, they are aiming on, they are preserving mainly these texts. Tangible. So it's not intangible. Intangible is which you cannot touch. My emotions, my feelings for Rishi, my feelings for somebody else. So that is intangible. That cannot be touched, So hope you are understanding this. Yes, let's focus here. Now let's move on to the next article of the day. Page number 10, genetic analysis of Assam rhino horn samples initiated. Again, environment. We know how important it is. UPSC has already asked questions on environment. And then there will be something known as roadies. So what is this roadies? Has it something to do with MTV's roadies? No, it has nothing to do with MTV roadies. Nobody should watch those roadies. So here we are talking about Assam rhino horn. poaching happens, Assam one-horned rhino. And it's not like these one-horned rhinos, which has vulnerable status in IUCN, they are only in Assam. But they are majorly in Assam. They are in other states also, national parks also. We'll talk about that. And yeah, let's focus here. So RODIS is what? RODIS, as you can see here, if you cannot, we'll talk about it. Rhino DNA Index System. So this poaching of rhinos, killing of rhinos, taking away their horn, that is very precious. It was happening in other countries. In South Africa, they did something. They put some radioactive material, not that much that it harms rhino, inside rhino horns. So that if poaching happens, if that horn is taken away, they can trace from where this particular means horn was taken away, which region. They can identify each and everything. What was the locality of that particular rhino based on other indicators along with that radioactive material. So all these things started happening in late 2000s, and around like this whole RODI scheme worldwide started from around 2008. India started implementing it from 2016 to prevent poaching, and that's what this news is all about. We have to focus on these like RODIs, etc. Why? Because I think UPSC has already asked questions on M stripes earlier. These kind of names, they have asked questions, so they are important. Plus, when you talk about GS Mains Paper 3 environmental conservation, you can always talk about what government is doing when it comes to rhino preservation and conservation. So here you can talk about this. No, don't watch roadies. That is gandhi baat. So, bad thing. Horn hunting, preparing medicine and selling into other countries. Exactly, Charita. So, let's go into the intricacies of this article. Genetic analysis has been initiated. Specialized team has begun the genetic analysis of samples collected from 2,573 rhino horns. See the numbers? How many rhinos were killed? Oh my God. Destruction of horns. Most of these horns were destroyed by Assam Forest Division earlier because they felt like there is no utility of it. Now, people are taking out the genes from it, or they're oh my God, they're doing the analysis of these genes from these horns to understand what are the peculiarities, how each horn is different from the other horn, how we can identify horn. If we talk about rhino horns or rhinos, is there any change in rhino of Assam or let's say a rhino of Dudhwa National Park? So many things they will be doing here when it comes to genetic analysis of these horns. Okay. So, sample handling from July 3 to 8, and the basic purpose is nobody is able to poach it. If let's say they are poaching it based on the analysis, the genes and all those, they can trace from where this particular horn was taken away and where that rhino was killed. From July 3 to 8, the team verified, segregated and packaged the stored horn samples at Kaziranga. Transport to lab, and there they will be studying it. WII, Wildlife Institute of India, Dehradun. I will tell you what are the things which are important here. This is just the news. The news per se is not important. There will be certain component inside this particular news which is very important from exam perspective, which we have to focus on. RODIS India program, nothing to do with RODIS were so MTV RODIs. The genetic analysis is part of RODIs India program supervised at Wildlife Institute of India. Now this is important. Not that important from UPSC perspective. Other exam they can ask you Wildlife Institute of India, where it is, Dehradun, Islamabad, Lagdi Lahore Diya, yes, some other place. So you will say no Lagdi Lahore Diya, Islamabad, it's in Dehradun. DNA profiling goal. The aim is to create individual DNA profiles of the rhino horns and store them in RODIS DNA database. Every rhino will show some amount of different attributes when it comes to gene, and thereby there will be a unique profiling done of these rhinos that will even prevent future poaching. It's not like always when the horn is taken away, rhinos are killed. Sometimes you sedate them, you take away the rhino, means horns and all those stuff. So that will create unique profiling when you're doing this genetic analysis and will prevent poaching and all those stuff. So now let's focus on the things which are important from exam perspective. RODIS India program, the full form, Rhino DNA Index System. This is not a unique indigenous initiative of India. We have copied it from like different countries like South Africa. So yeah, so to create a comprehensive DNA database of individual greater one-horned rhinoceros, as we have discussed, it is vulnerable. In the previous Hindu analysis, we have also talked about IUCN, International Union of Conservation for Nature and Natural Resources, headquartered in Glanz, Switzerland, created in late 1940s. It's an international NGO, nothing to do with UN per se. Do revise it, read data book and the different status there. Vulnerable. Wildlife forensic tracking and monitoring rhino population, preventing illegal trade of rhino horns. And that is the purpose of this RODIs. One-horned rhino, IUCN, vulnerable. Many people, when they read about one-horned rhino, they think about UIZ, they think about Assam, but it is also found in, you can see here, West Bengal, Jaldapara, Gorumara, and my Bengali friend, Ami Tomake Bhalobashi. if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, pardon me for that. Uttar Pradesh, Dudhwa Tiger Reserve. Nepal, Chitwan and Bardia, Indian subcontinent. So Assam, majorly, like maximum rhinos, one-horned rhino, you will get it in Assam, but it's not like only Assam. So pay attention to these words, they are very important. Name of Karbi woman. India, most of which are found in state of Assam. Very good, Rishi. Kwaji wrong. Okay, so where were we? So here the other questions which can be framed is, they can give you that Jaldapara, it is located in any like Sri Lanka or this and that. So you have to pay attention. Where is Jaldapara, which state? Where is Dudhwa? Dudhwa is very famous. Where is Chitwan and Bardia? So where is Orang? Where is Manas? Kaziranga, Manas and Orang have been asked a lot. You shouldn't be making mistake in these national park and their location. There was gene editing. Yes, Assam is house to them. Very good, Charita. Let's focus here. MCQ 10. Natya Shastra, recently inscribed in UNESCO Memory of the World Register, is primarily a text on Natya Shastra. Bhalobashi too, sir. Oh my god. In Telugu, you say I love you as Nenu, Ninnu, Premustu, Nanu. Oh my god. I love Telugu. And in Tamil, you say Kadale, Kadale, 96 movie, and Vijay Sethupathi Trisha. That is the definition of love in Tamil. 96 movie. Awesome movie. Okay, so Natya Shastra, recently inscribed in UNESCO Memory of the World Register, is primarily a text on dramaturgy and performing arts. Please remember here, there will be different words you will be reading it in. Natya, like this is the answer. Natya, then Nrita. Natya, Nrita and Nritya. Oh my god. So Natya is drama and Nrita is dance. And Nritya is dance plus drama. When you are doing dance, at the same time you are doing drama. Like I keep on moving here and there. So I am Nritya. I do dance as well as drama when I'm teaching you. God, that's so stupid. So Natya, Nrita and Nritya. Remember this. Natya Shastra, Bharat Muni, dramaturgy and performing arts. I'm expert in languages also. Very good. Payal, you're here. Payal, yeah, ho. Very good, Payal. So the answer is C. Rhodey's India program is primarily aimed at MTV. No. Enhancing reproductive capacity of rhinos, establishing a DNA-based identification system for rhino conservation and forensic tracking, promoting ecotourism in rhino habitats, introducing genetically modified rhinos to increase immunity. Telugu. Nenu ninnu premustu nanu. In Kannada, one song they cover 15 language love expression. Kadale, Kadale, Jivayan. But Kadale, Kadale is I think Tamil. Sir, Galgotias coming. Galgotia University, Payal. So yes, Rhodey's India is aimed at establishing a DNA-based identification system for rhino conservation and forensic tracking, as stated by Jivayan, sister of Vatsayan, Abhay, Madhubala, Risha Anandu, Shriparna, Rajneesh, Mamta, Charital, Anuj, Liliana, Vin, Chappu. Oh my god, Chappu is here. Vin, where were you, brothers? Like brother, sister, everybody was searching for you. And my Kannada friend Rishi and Payal. So, B is the answer. MCQ 12. Protected area state. Kaziranga, Jaldapara, Dudhwa, Gorumara. East Best per. Very good, Payal. I'm so proud of you. Payal Yadav. My manager is Rahul Yadava, Payal. So Payal Yadav, Rahul Yadava. But he's not Yadav, he's Yadava. I know 6th language, sir. Learned 7th, Kannada. Kannada. Okay, so Kaziranga National Park, Assam, correct. Jaldapara, it's not in Bihar, bro. West Bengal, if I'm not wrong. So second is wrong. Now let's check. 1 and 3 is there in both. Gorumara. Gorumara, it is in West Bengal. Is it not? Gorumara? it is in West Bengal, right? We have just seen that. So 1, 3, 4. If you go back and you see this, Guru Mara, oh my God, West Bengal, 1, 3, 4, Jaldapada, West Bengal, not Bihar. So you people are awesome, just like a, wow. Who answered it? Shriparna, Adnuj, Abhay, Anandu, Charita, Risha, Rishi, Rajni, Jiva, and UIZ. Okay. So A is the answer. Now, let me give you a bonus question which was asked by UPSC in 2019. If you know the answer of this question, write it in the comment section. I will discuss the answer in the next Hindu analysis that will happen on Monday. And yes, if you feel like you gained anything out of my video, like, share and subscribe. You cannot make my best friend angry. She's angry right now. See? Okay. I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of these 12 PYQs, that like 12 MCQs, 12, right? And one PYQ, we will discuss it on Monday. And on this Telegram channel of mine, if you have not joined it, you can join it. And fun study with Chup, because study should be fun. Awesome. You can post your score if you want to. If you don't want to, can I force you? I cannot. I don't do that. Also, if you're preparing for 26, 27, 28 batch, any batch, you can, join if you feel like you need some help. And our 2026 batch, evening batch, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The courses and the admissions are closing on 15th July. Currently, Guru Kripa sale is going on associated with Guru Purnima. Many of you wished me for that. Thank you for that. And you will get everything you need at 27,999. And if you have followed my earlier videos, you already know the process. If you haven't, let me show you the process, how you can join any of the batches. Now I know a new process. Yesterday, as we were talking about Payal Yadav and my manager Rahul Yadav, sir, he told me some new stuff. That, sir, you can show it like this also. What is the new stuff? So if you go to all courses like this, StudyIQ.com, you will go website. You can also go to Google Play Store, download StudyIQ app, and there also you can join it. Now here, let's focus. One new method. So UPSC optional Hindi, UPSC English. Click on it. So UPSC English, you clicked, and then this is 2020. If you, let's say, you want to see something new, because we need to keep on doing something new, right? So let's say this. See how awesome this whole thing is. 2026 batch, 27 batch. Prices will increase after 15 July for all the batches. So be very wary of it. We have already seen that 9,999 batch for some period became 10,999. So again, accordingly, sir and ma'am, which year you are preparing for, how much you have actually prepared. Like there is a thumb rule. If your UPSC optional is covered by January or February max 2026, go for 2026 pre. If it is not covered, don't waste your 2026 attempt, especially if you are general OBC, which or it doesn't matter any category. Why would you waste your attempt, right? So please don't waste your attempt of 2026 if your optional is not covered by January 2026. Then there are some rules. Same thing will go for 27 batch and 28 batch. And yes, these long-term batches, they actually make sense because UPSC is a long journey. It's not a one day like 2020 or T10 or this and that. This is a test and a long test. Cool. And yeah, 2026 batch, how you will join it, the process you already know if you have seen my videos earlier. You will go to buy now. Before that, you will see the features, mentorship, structured study material, 75 prelims test. I keep on telling people, if you join our batch or any other batch, trust that batch. It will streamline your preparation. Don't run for sources anywhere. This will suffice. You have to do minimum source, maximum revision, 34,999, all these courses. Let me show you one interesting thing. And for that, let's go back. I just want to show you something because I also learned that yesterday. So see this, we have seen how we went to UPSC English. If you see this thing here, UPSC IS English 2026, you use code GURU. There was a movie also, Guru. So Guru, then the prices will reduce to 28,999. But if you use faculty code, be it SHS Live or Ankit Sir code or Mishra Sir code or any other code, the prices will reduce 1,000 more. So be very wary of that. Don't just use code in haste. When you're using code, use it very minutely. And also I have told you from yesterday, we have done this, that if you're using my code SHS Live, if you're facing any issue out of it, in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shubh, you can write in the comment section. That's why I want to use my code or your code. I'm facing issues, or I have already used your code. I want to have one-to-one talk with you. If you're using my code, you have bought, using code of mine, you can always talk to me. just write to me on Telegram channel, or you can find me on LinkedIn also. If you just write Google on like Shubham Sagar on Google, you will find me on LinkedIn. If you want to send me a private message there, you don't want to write on Telegram because you feel like everybody's seeing it, you can send me a message there also on LinkedIn that I have used your code, sir. I want to talk to you personally, one-on-one. I have these doubts. You can do that. So again, because you should have some benefit if you're using my code, right? Some personal benefit. So that is one benefit which you'll be getting from yesterday onwards. ठीक है sir? 2026 batch, 27 batch, be wary of this thing. Prices will increase after 15 July, and there are different variants of the batch based on what you need: lecture notes, one-to-one mentorship, MRP, scholarship, etc. And accordingly, it totally depends on you. If you need only live classes, recorded videos, or lecture notes, go for gold. If you want scholarship, mentorship, go for platinum. If you want everything, go for diamond. You know, everything means MRP also, which is going on, which I'm very proud of. Mains Residential Program, where people who have cleared pre, they stay together, they prepare together. Then there is scholarship. If you clear UPSC pre 26, 27, 28, based on which year you're preparing for, you will get your full refund. So that is, these are some features. And now you know the drill. You will go to add a promo code. You will enter coupon code. That will be SHS Live. And again, these codes, Guru only for today, India, the prices will reduce by 6,000. When you're using faculty code, the prices are reducing by 7,000. 27,999, 22,999, gold 9,999. ठीक है sir. So any queries, anything you want to ask me? Oh my God, so many things happened here. Let me see first of all. How many languages you talk, sir? I talk in all languages. I know everything. I am on Omni. Oh, I just know 1-2 lines of different languages here. Thank you so much, Madhu, Anuj, Payal, Liliana, Rishi, Madhubala. You learn Kannada, then I subscribe. Share, like, otherwise don't do this. Kannada, I like KGF. Now subscribe. Madhubala, you can improve. Russia, welcome, Win. Oh my God, so many messages. Yati, thank you so much, sir. Love from Arunachal, love from Gurgaon, Yati. So you are, okay. Thank you, Payal. Thank you, Rishi. Thank you, everyone.